Ravi, is anybody gonna introduce who is man is here, or what's gonna be? Is anybody gonna be MC? Do we have an MC to introduce?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So here we are with the unified, just fresh, defended titles. The heavyweight Oleksandr Usyk. Please greet him. Give him a loud applause. I think this kind of press conference should be more about questions rather than any kind of statements. So as long as we saw, Alex has made his statement in the ring, especially in the round number 10. So I'm not sure who is conducting the...
Yes, right here.
If there's no one here, so... Oh.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Right. Oleksandr, congratulations. Can you just talk us through how that fight was different to September, please?
Один суддя віддав Ентоні.
One judge scored it in favor of Anthony Joshua. That's the difference between the first fight and the second.
Чим він ще відрізняється, що цей поєдинок, який відбувався годину назад,
This fight that was taking place just 1 hour ago,
він дуже важливий був для моєї країни.
It was extremely important for my country,
для моєї команди,
for my team,
і особисто для мене.
And personally for me.
Тому що я боксував за всю країну.
Because I did box for the whole country.
Та за пів міра.
And the half of the world.
Він відрізнявся тим, що незважаючи на те, що я можу контролювати свої емоції, я трошечки, але переживав.
It differed as well that in spite of my ability to control the emotions, I was worrying a bit.
Особисто в 9-му раунді.
Especially in the round number 9.
Но це був елемент сюрприз.
But that was a surprising element.
Ентоні в той час, коли був 8-й раунд, він подумав, що він вже виграв. Я це побачив в його глазах, може такого і не було, я не знаю.
I'm not sure whether I'm right or not, but I saw in round number 8, I saw in AJ's eyes that he was feeling victorious already.
Але я повторював собі, ти не можеш зупинитися, ти не можеш зупинитися.
And I kept telling myself, you cannot stop, you can't stop, you cannot stop.
Доволі багато стояло на кону.
Some big things were at stake.
І слава Богу, перемога є. Пояси їдуть в Україну. Україна переможе.
And thanks God, the belts are coming back to Ukraine. The victory is with us, and Ukraine won.
Right, second question here.
Oleksandr, congratulations.
Sorry, second question here.
Oleksandr, congratulations. Antoine from ITV News. In terms of coming into this fight, people said that if AJ was able to use his size, that he'd be able to defeat you. Obviously in round 9, he did use his size, but you remained on your feet and you go home to Ukraine with the belt. So does that make today's victory a little bit sweeter because every strategy that they threw at you, you were able to still be victorious?
До кінця не скористався.
So the reason why belts are coming back to Ukraine is that Anthony Joshua didn't use his size advantage to the end.
Не розміри важливі, коли ти боксуєш, чи... Це справжня війна була в ринзі.
Size doesn't matter when you are fighting. That was a real war, genuine war in the ring.
І розміри тут ні до чого.
And the size is not that important.
Я думаю, тут працює дух.
This is where the real spirit works.
Sasha, colleagues, I hold the flag signed by our soldiers, our fighters, who was at Severodonetsk, Lysychansk. They signed warmest wishes to you and wishes to the victory. You on the ring and ours at the battlefield. Thank you so much. Glory to Ukraine. And everything gonna be Ukraine. It's from Battalion 205. Козацькому роду нема переводу. Слава Україні!
Героям слава! На пол не лягає, Ярик?
Давай,
Ні?
дивись, отако.
Все?
Порядок.
Alexander, congratulations on a hard-fought victory tonight, Radio Raheem. Joshua had quite a bit to say to you and to the crowd in the ring after the fight. How did that make you feel, and what do you say in response to what Joshua had to say after the fight in the ring?
То, что Джошуа высказал в ринге, как ты к этому отнесся, и то, как он потом поступил, когда вернулся в ринг, какие ощущения твои? Если то.
Що він почав мої пояси кидати?
Ну, он кинул поясы, потом ушел, потом зупинився, повернувся, и так речь таку толкнув.
Як я до цього відношу?
Ну да, що ти відчував, яке ставлення?
Та нічого не відчував. Він емоції, все нормально, з ним треба поспілкуватися.
I didn't feel much at that time when he was a bit frustrated. Just common emotions. It's all good. We need to just communicate a little bit.
No, I mean what he said in the ring, not during the fight, but after the fight. Joshua said a lot to Usyk and to the crowd about Usyk and Usyk's victory. I'm asking for his response to that.
You want his response to that?
Yes, yes.
Ah, okay. Він хоче
А я не хочу бути гордим. Я хочу бути смиренним. І я працюю над цим.
The good things that he said about me is something that I accept, but I don't accept it deep to my heart because I want to stay a humble person. I don't want my pride inside to grow bigger. That's something like that. So I don't believe in good words,
You have a question?
but что-то я не договариваю.
Я не хочу бути гордим.
I don't wanna be
Я
proud.
хочу бути смиренним, і я над цим працюю. Гординя вбиває. Хто себе привищує, того Господь знизить. А хто себе знижає, того Господь вверх
The one
підводить.
who brings himself up, the Lord will calm down. The one who stays down, the Lord will bring him up. Що ти думаєш про Джошуа як про чоловіка?
У мене до нього повага. Ну, я поважаю цю людину, але він трошки сьогодні на емоціях. Я так трошки бачив, що він там кидався на когось з моєї команди. Якщо він хоче Ну, якщо він хотів ще на кулаках побитися, то я йому цього 100% не советую робити. То що в мене половина команди це стрітфайтери.
I feel nothing but respect to Anthony Joshua. I saw him a bit emotional, and I saw him like bullying some of my teammates, and that would look like a bare knuckle fight. But that's I don't recommend him to do, because most of them are horrible street fighters.
От я маю там 20 поєдинків на даний момент. У мене деякі хлопці мають 25 поєдинків, але на вулиці. 25 боїв, 25 нокаутів, вони всі 25 виграли.
I have 20 bouts, 20 wins at the moment. Some of my guys have 25 and 25 wins by the way of knockout.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Hi, I'm from Arab News. A very hearty congratulations to Usyk. And my question for him is, since everyone thought AJ is going to win, and he himself believed that, do you think that he was very desperate to win would be a disadvantage value for his defeat?
Can you repeat one more time, please? I'm sorry.
Everyone thought AJ was going to win. And he himself believed it. He was very sure that he was going to win this rematch. But do you think because he was so desperate to win would be like one of the reasons for his defeat?
I'm sorry, but not everyone was thinking Joshua going to win.
Like most of them, not all.
I would say probably 50-50. Maybe even 60-40 to Oleksandr.
Yes.
Она спрашивает, говорит, что все думали, что Джошуа выиграет бой, и он был очень голоден этого боя. Ты думаешь, что тебе это помогло у него выиграть, потому что он очень сильно как бы хотел выиграть этот бой.
Мені допоміг Господь і команда моя, яка зі мною, і мої тренування.
The Lord himself, the team that is with me, and my trainings, that's what helped me to get the victory.
Alexander, over here. Tyson Fury's posted on Instagram saying that that fight was, where Alex just said it there, shite. And he beat you guys both in one night. What's your response back to that?
Тайсон Ф'юрі написав в Твіттері, що поєдинок таке собі, що він поб'є вас обох за один вечір. Що б ти йому відповів на це?
В нього, то йому сниться кожен день.
That's what he's dreaming every day.
Поб'є. Знаєте, що він поб'є? Дупу він свою поб'є.
He's gonna beat his ass.
Right, we've got one more question from Antoine.
Antoine on ITV News again. Alexander, after the first victory you had against AJ in Tottenham, I asked you what you wanted to do next. And you spoke about spending time with your family and taking your children to school. Obviously, Ukraine has changed. So what is your wish for your future? What you'd love to happen to Ukraine going forward and yourself?
Ти говорив, що після бою ти збираєшся провести час з дітьми, сім'єю, відвести дітей до школи, але зараз таке відбувається в Україні. Яким би ти хотів бачити майбутнє своєї держави?
Майбутнє моєї держави, ми переможемо.
The future of my country is we're gonna win.
І будемо економічно на дуже високому рівні.
The economy will grow considerably.
До нас буде приїжджати багато туристів, тому що наша країна дуже багата історією.
The tourists all around the world gonna travel to Ukraine because Ukraine is very rich with history.
Багато людей в світі вже бачать, колись вони знали Україну завдяки спортсменам. Кличко, Шевченко, Усик, Ломаченко.
Many people in the world knew Ukraine because of the athletes like Klitschko brothers, like Andriy Shevchenko, Lomachenko, Usyk.
Yes. Зараз нашу країну весь світ знає як ту, яка захищає свою країну від другої армії світу.
Now the whole world knows Ukraine as the country that is defending itself from the second biggest army in the world.
І ми дуже гарно стоїмо, ще й накидуємо їм.
And we stand strong and we give them a lot back.
Я просто хочу сказати, що деякі люди в світі, вони недооцінюють когось. Відчиніть очі, що відбувається в світі. Просто відчиніть і подивіться, що відбувається в світі. Зараз на території України.
I want to say that some people in the world are underestimating what's going on. I want to appeal to everyone. Open your eyes and see clearly what is really going on in Ukraine.
Тому що українці вони не здаються, вони до кінця. Вони будуть йти до кінця, і вони переможуть. Ми переможемо. Це просто треба трошки часу на це і все.
Ukrainians never give up. They always go to the end. They always win. We're gonna definitely win. We just need a little more time.
Two more questions.
Oleksandr, congratulations on another phenomenal performance and more proof that Ukrainians never give up. It was quite remarkable. I think with my old ears, I heard you say that the only fight you would now take would be Tyson Fury for the undisputed championship. Is that correct, that you might not even fight again if you don't get that fight?
Sorry, the question is whether he wants to fight Tyson Fury or...
The question is, I think I heard him say in the ring that the only fight he would want would be Tyson Fury.
Got it.
He might not fight again if he doesn't get that.
Okay. З перемогою твій поєдинок – це справжній доказ того, що українці ніколи не здаються, йдуть до перемоги до кінця. Мені здається, в рингу ти сказав, що або ти будеш битися з Тайсоном Ф'юрі, або не будеш битися взагалі.
Так, я так сказав.
Yes, that's true. That's what I said in the ring.
Okay, we've got one more last question.
Oleksandr, Vladimir Putin likes to talk about being a black belt in judo and riding his horse topless, but you're now the baddest man on the planet. Is that a pretty cool thing, and is that great for your compatriots and your soldiers to see?
Excuse me. Can you please speak a little louder because I can't hear you well?
Vladimir Putin likes to talk about his judo black belt, riding his horse topless and being a macho man. He's the baddest man on the planet. How does that feel, and can that inspire your soldiers and your people?
Володимир Путін любить хизуватись своїм чорним поясом із дзюдо, ходити з оголеним торсом і строїти з себе мачо. Але ти найкращий козак на світі. Як тобі от так надихати людей?
Добре надихати людей. Він це все робить. Він показує, що він сильний, і що він моцний, і що він красивий. Насправді він не такий. Це все обман. Він показує, що він сильний, але він слабкий. Він показує, який він, але він дуже слабкий.
Everything he shows is just to show that he's strong, but he's not. Otherwise, he wouldn't do that. Wouldn't show how strong, how big he is. In reality, he's very weak.
And with that, we conclude the press conference. Thank you very much, everyone, for attending. Congratulations, Oleksandr Usyk.
And the steel.
No. You see, we still need to do WADA. Look, it's almost...
Додому, хлопці! До хати. Усім доброго вечора з України.
Champion, can you please respect the champion? It's at 4 o'clock in the morning. He did a 12 minutes in the ring, and now he almost gets walked, and you guys are dragging him. Come on.
To distribute the press release. أصلاً وين نزلنا هنا؟
Do you know if it's true?
There is one more.
Okay. Yes.
Test. Test. Good. Test. Can everyone please take their seats? The press conference is about to begin. Please take your seats. Can everyone please take their seats? The press conference is about to begin.
He's done it. Have you done it? He said his piece.
No. Thank you, guys. Okay. Sorry for keeping you guys late, and I always appreciate your time. I hope everyone's well and enjoyed their time in Saudi. Eddie, I'll let you start.
Yeah, no, guys, I want to say firstly, of course, thank you to everybody in Saudi Skills Challenge. It was an incredible event, an incredible night. It was an incredible fight. A split decision to the pound-for-pound number one is never a disgrace. We want to congratulate Oleksandr Usyk. What he did from the 10th round was quite incredible. From my point of view, I'm very proud of this man here who's continuously, since he turned pro and since probably the Dillian White fight, has fought elite fight, big fight, stadium fight, big money fight, pressure fight, consecutively. And people sometimes don't understand the pressure that puts on someone. And I can tell you that when people talk about the hunger of a fighter, you only have to see the changing room of Anthony Joshua after tonight to realise how hungry he is in the sport. He's devastated by defeat because he wanted victory more than anything. We're all extremely proud of him for giving us a great fight tonight against one of the best that's ever laced up a pair of gloves. So, AJ, from my point of view and everybody's point of view, we're very proud of you for your performance tonight.
Thank you, Eddie.
It is 3 a.m, so we're not going to be here for hours and hours, so we're going to open the floor to questions for Anthony Joshua.
Anthony, 11 months ago, it felt like you didn't quite empty the tank. Tonight, you went out on your shield, you went out throwing. Do you feel like you've exercised some demons from 11 months ago?
Is that how long it's been? 11 months? Yeah. It's a long time. Exercise some demons. I don't know how to answer that question, to be honest with you. Have I exercised some demons tonight?
You left it in the ring tonight?
No, it's just I tried a different style. Well, previously in my career, through the sport of boxing, like what got me through in my early days when I was beating people that I shouldn't have been beating. For example, I was an amateur for 3 years. Only 3 years when I walked into the gym with my cousin Benga over there, who's now head of security. I was beating guys based off of sheer hunger and passion. So just in the last fight, I wanted to compete and improve myself as a boxer. And it wasn't good enough. Tonight wasn't good enough, but you can see I adapted. I made the changes needed to give him a more competitive fight. It wasn't enough, but I left everything in the gym. If I would have left everything in the ring, I would have won. But I definitely pushed myself in training camp to make sure the fight was more competitive tonight.
AJ, Antoine, ITV News. When we spoke, you said you wanted to put on a heroic performance, and in round 9, I think everybody in this room will agree that you did. Would you say you're proud of yourself this time around, and you feel like you give your all and you left it all in the ring?
Am I proud of myself? It's really, really hard for me to say I'm proud of myself. I don't feel anything. I'm upset, really, like deep down in my heart. Oh, man. Oh. Trust me, fucking hell, man.
Don't worry. Who's got a question for me while we're waiting?
Radio Raheem. Eddie, this is a journey that you've been on as well, the whole way. Obviously 2 losses in a row, your flagship fighter. What is next for you in your mind as a promoter, and what do you say to Anthony Joshua immediately after the fight?
Well, as I said in the ring after, the key to life is happiness, you know? And at the end of the day, I just want him to be happy. He's given his whole life since he started to the sport of boxing, and people don't realise that what a bubble it is in the life and world of Anthony Joshua. You know, when everybody in the country knows who he is, everybody's got an opinion of who he is. He's in the gym all the time with his team. He's living up in Loughborough. He's away from home. You know, there isn't anyone I know that's more dedicated to the sport than him. And sometimes people don't understand the pressures that are on people's shoulders. But he's never ducked a challenge. He's never shirked the pressure. He's always tried to give his time for people, and he's always tried to inspire the next generation. He's been an amazing ambassador. For the first time in boxing, you see all these complete dickheads, many of them tonight on social media, they've got too much to say for themselves, that want to pretend they're good people, that actually aren't role models, that aren't ambassadors, that aren't people that I would want my kids to look up to. This is someone that I want my kids to look up to. But for the first time, and that responsibility is a huge burden, and he's always felt that responsibility. If he's out in public, he gives everybody his time, right? He's one of the nicest guys you can ever meet, and he's a competitor, he's a winner. And when you don't win, and you see, what you saw tonight was a raw emotion, a real person that was feeling the pressure, that wanted to win so badly. And people need to realise that you live in an online world where it's just opinions, stick, abuse, and he'll never tell you that the pressure, he sees that or he feels it. But it's impossible not to. So what I want to see is I want to see him happy, and I think what we want to see is we want to see him be active. Too many gaps between fights, too many stadium fights. You know, from the Dillian White fight at the O2, to Charles Martin at the O2, to Dominic Brazil at the O2, to Eric Molina at Manchester Arena, to Vladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium, to Carlos Takam at the Millennium Stadium, to Joseph Parker at the Millennium Stadium, to Alexander Povetkin at Wembley Stadium, to Andy Ruiz at Madison Square Garden, to Andy Ruiz in Riyadh, to Kubrat Pulev at the O2, to Oleksandr Usyk at Tottenham Hotspur, to Oleksandr Usyk. That is the run that Anthony Joshua has been on. No Tom Schwartz, no Sefer Sefer. No, I do. No, but I do, because you don't get the credit. No, but I'm going to give you the credit, because at the end of the day, you've had to step up to carry the sport in our country. It's true. You know, we've joked before. You said, "God, I have to have all these tough fights." You saw people have these easy fights. You never had them. You never wanted them, because you want to create a resume. Yeah, but because you're a fighter, you're a winner. You wanted to fight the elite. You fought the pound for pound, back to back, right? At Tottenham, you lost. Tonight, you lost a split decision to the best fighter in the sport. Everybody else would have vacated the WBO belt before the Tottenham fight. So I will say, because people take easy touches, fans moan about fighters ducking fights, taking easy touches. He's never taken an easy touch, and we should be very, very proud of him.
And Joshua, after the fight, it looked like you were leaving the ring. Like maybe you weren't going to do the interview, and then you turned around and came back in the ring and were a sportsman and gave a tremendous ambassador-esque speech. Can you talk to me about what happened in your mind that made you turn around and come back in the ring, and what you were trying to say post-fight in that speech?
I just feel like when you try and do things from your heart, not everyone's always going to understand, and it was just from the heart, right? I knew I was mad, like at myself, not at anyone, just at myself. So I thought, I've got to get out of here because I'm mad, and like anyone, when you're angry, you might do stupid things. So I was mad, but then I realized, oh shit, this is sport. Let me do the right thing and come back. And then I just spoke from my heart. Like it's been so tough. Like you see AJ holding it together, yeah. And I'm a hustler, so I try and put things together. Like I try to work hard, put things together, make sure my team's good. But comes at a cost, like big cost, and like sometimes it'll never break me, but it takes real strength for it not to break you. And tonight, like there's a little crack in that armor because I took a loss, and I think you just saw me just upset. And with the speech, I was just speaking about where I'd come from. Like I was on the roads, like really, and I made a transition in boxing, and it really helped me change my life. You know, bring me closer to God, bring me closer to meeting so many amazing people. And I just kind of laid it all on the line with my speech. But listen, let's not forget about the champ Oleksandr Usyk, who put on a phenomenal performance as well. So credit to him. I can't remember what I said in the ring because it was just so passionate, but I just want to say thank you to him for taking part in a great historical fight as well. It takes two to tango, and I was just so upset.
Anthony, you said to over here. It's been a long journey with you, and it's been an amazing journey. I'm over here, Anthony. You said to Antoine at the press conference on Wednesday that the performance was as important to you in a way as the outcome. Two things. Are you happy with the performance? And do you, not necessarily the outcome, but are you happy with your performance this time? And do you not realise that at home, and this is all of us that have had messages from people at home, people were off their seats with respect, screaming you on to knock Oleksandr Usyk out from the 8th round onwards?
Yeah, I'm not, look, when you lose, you're not ultimately happy. It's just upsetting. I really wanted to win, and I wanted to win for Great Britain because I know how much they wanted me to fight Tyson Fury. So I wasn't just fighting for myself, I was fighting for like the whole nation. So I was just so upset. So I'm not so happy with the performance because I didn't win. And I appreciate everyone who was watching at home. You know, fighting, yeah, like I'm a fighter, I'm not a normal person. Like, even though I try and, as you said, hold it together, to be a fighter is like a real different mindset and lifestyle that you have to embody, especially to try and be a good fighter. So I just, I just in war mode. But I appreciate everyone that support and watched at home, and I really wanted to do it for them because I wanted to bring the belts back home, and I really wanted to, you know, challenge for the undisputed 2 of Britain's best. But we move on to the next.
Do you, last time when you lost to Oleksandr...
One question at a time, because I'm forgetting the second one. So
well, it was just...
No, I mean, like, you're asking me 2 questions at once.
The respect thing.
So, for Oleksandr Usyk?
No, respect. Do you feel you earned it back tonight? That everyone should be giving you it?
No, well, from who? Who am I trying to earn respect from?
Your public.
It's not my business what they think of me. I don't really, do you know what people should respect me for? When I meet them and how I greet them, shake hands, yes please, no thank you. As I say, don't respect me just because of the fight and the belts. Because that isn't what makes a man or a woman. I think it's your character and like how you treat people. So that's how I want to earn the respect. And I've always tried to kind of keep my feet on the ground. I make mistakes. Sometimes I do things from the heart without thinking. But other than that, I hope people can respect me for the man I'm trying to become.
And the final thing, obviously you're incredibly disappointed in this moment, but how is that hunger still burning inside you?
I'm a fighter for life. That hunger never dies. Fighter for life.
Thank you, Anthony.
Respect.
Okay, we've got one more here from Antoine Allen.
This is a question to Eddie, because I know Anthony would be too humble to ask this. When you speak to other boxers, they speak about how Anthony literally exists
to the sport, we wouldn't be here today. None of us would be in this room without Anthony Joshua. I promise you. I wouldn't be, our business wouldn't be, my life wouldn't be what it was without Anthony Joshua. No boxers would be earning the kind of money in the UK if it wasn't for Anthony Joshua. He has taken the sport in terms of popularity, in terms of attraction from broadcasters, sponsors, to another level. And you're right, he's far too humble to say it. You've seen a lot of fighters and a lot of people from the industry come out with those kind of comments this week, which is nice to see. And he would never shout that from the rooftop, and if I said that to him, he'd laugh. But that is the complete reality. We weren't in stadiums, you know, every other fight before Anthony Joshua come along. We weren't Brits going around the world, you know, in Madison Square Garden, in Riyadh, in Jeddah. I mean, it's been unbelievable. But the legacy should last well beyond, you know, and Gareth said the question, do you feel like the public respect you? You know, if the public don't respect him for what he's done, you might as well just give up. You can't keep people happy all the time. If you can be a good individual like he is, if you can set a good example, then that's all you can do. And honestly, the sport globally wouldn't be where it was without AJ, but the sport in Britain would not be where it is today. And the fighters are benefiting because of the growth that AJ has injected into the sport.
And the question to you, AJ, to answer my question before, I'm sure everybody's proud of you, and there's lots of people at home who are proud of you as well. You spoke about being that boy from Watford who was on a completely different path, and you've inspired so many people. So if you were to give a word of advice to anyone who's looking to change their life right now, what would it be?
Change their life right now? It's a hard question to answer. Well, I'd say, I don't know. Anyone that wants to change their life, I don't know. Do what you want, innit? It's your choice. You live your life how you think is best, and you'll like deal with the consequences of your decisions. But if you do manage to do well, always try and give back, because just don't take. Also give back where you can. I don't know what I tell someone. I'd probably tell them don't get into boxing. It's hard, very difficult, very, very difficult. But I don't know what I tell them. Just good luck with your life and just try and do well. And if you can do well, just make sure that you put your hand back to try and help bring people with you. Do you know what I mean? That's what I tell someone. If you bust out the hood, make sure you bring the man, them and your family with you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it really.